Yo people, Makkuro here, and today is another driving tips episode in which I'll be talking about map knowledge and how more beneficial it is than a simple track knowledge. So let's get down to the details. So what exactly is the map knowledge? Well, basically it's just knowing the map and everything that's connected to it. And more specific, if you want to be specific wise, you want to know all the possible routes and connection of the corners in the game there are, and everything that is, connected to corners, meaning also shortcuts, wall rides, and so on. And what the problem with this is that one simple straight or one simple corner can have many different ways of approach, lines, and so on. Now this is a very basic example. It's a road in downtown, and it has already two ways of entering it, even though you'll probably be using only one. But up ahead is you can have three different ways of leaving it, plus two exiting ways. So you have one of North Road, Silk Road. There are many tracks here that go through this point in downtown, and that is exactly the problem with map knowledge, or rather the difficulty, because you need to learn all of those things, meaning you need to know every single possible one that it's not just okay, it goes this way, because if the corner is to the left, not to the right, then you need to approach it in a different way. Thus, it all becomes much more difficult, and knowing how you need to approach a certain corner can benefit you greatly. I mean greatly. Knowing how to approach a corner, meaning you can approach that corner in the best way no matter what track. If you're just gonna learn that corner in that one track, okay, you'll know that corner, but it's a bit different because you're not learning that corner in a more overall way, because in the corner you're only learning more as a track and as a corner. You don't learn all the ways of doing that corner, you just learn, okay, that corner in this track needs to be done in this way. Done. But map knowledge is about knowing that corner and every single possible way of doing that corner. Meaning all the possible little tracks that you can make on this map is technically, it's of course knowing every single one, perfecting all the very simple possible ways of doing those corners is pretty damn much impossible. And knowing all of those is possible, of course, but perfecting them is pretty much very hard. But the thing is, you need to know them. At least you need to know them. No one asks you to be perfect at those. It's just if you want to be really the best out there, then you need to perfect those. No other way. But just learning a track is a bad thing. Now, there are a few ways of truly improving this map knowledge in a quick time, and well, maybe not effortless, but in a very small amount of time, meaning just free roam it, as I do. When you're doing treasure hunt, just do all those corners, don't stick to one certain road you use for collecting this diamond, just keep changing routes, learn though, always drive this as fast as possible, so don't just be like, a handbrake all the way and be like, crash all the way. No, just try driving as fast as possible through the corners, be as precise as possible. Now there are of course those things that are called wall riding and shortcuts that are also part of map knowledge. And as wall rides have it, they can be also used with those blue barriers, and those go straight to the second method of learning this, of very quickly learning, meaning doing all the tracks that are weekly available. Now that means that you will, of course, there are some wall rides that can be only done in that way, like this one here, shown in this little thingy. But most of the time you don't really need them, and some people don't even use those wall rides, but if you want to learn that certain wall ride, you want to perfect it, then well, that's the only one. And there's also the third way, which is very similar to the second way. However, it requires you to have a Need for Speed Most Wanted 2005, the original one, and a Need for Speed Carbon, and just playing every single track there, not speedrunning, just playing every single track, just finishing the campaign mode, in fact. And that way you'll learn pretty much every single track. You'll see how many tracks we are missing in this game, those two. So, to summarize it all, what map knowledge exactly is? Well, in short, it's a knowledge of all the combinations of corners and the positioning of the outsides, insides, apexes, shortcuts, and wall rides on the track. Knowing all the little nuisance, geometrical nuisance of the tracks and so on. Knowing every single racing line there is possible. So, that will be all for today. I hope you enjoyed this small rant of mine. So if you like, please click that like up button, comment if you want to leave any feedback, I'll be appreciated. Share it with your friends so they'll also may learn something. And of course, if you really liked it, please subscribe, that will be very helpful. So that will be all. I'll see you soon.